to show you how to make a dessert themed granny square blanket using Crochet Studio. I found out about Crochet Studio a couple months ago and I've just been messing around. I only use it to make motif blankets, but I want to show you what I do with them because it's a great way to use up scraps, especially those random colors you don't know what to do with. And it dawned on me that you can make dessert themed granny squares. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up Crochet Studio and you're going to match yarns to an image. You're going to select your image and you can select more photos, but I already have some stored on the app, so I'm going to keep the current selection. And I'm going to choose one of these. And it's going to show you colors that will match it, but I'm going to choose manual selection so I can pick using the scraps that I have. And you have filters up here. And since I have Hobby Lobby yarn, and they don't really have Hobby Lobby on here, I'm just going to choose the brand that closely matches it as a substitution. So your Red Heart. And I'm going to do all Red Heart. And I'm going to pick Karen. Simply Soft. And it doesn't mean I'm using these yarns, it means I'm just using them as substitutions. So it will filter just these yarns. And I'm just going to pick colors that kind of match my image. And you can delete it if you want. Delete soft white, choose red. And if you like to stay a little more organized, you can change your yarn order. Then you save your changes. So here's my image. So the key with these blankets is you want 4 colors, but 5 rounds on each square. So you say generate squares blanket. And a good size that I've found that uses up a lot of yarn is 8 squares wide by 8 squares long. And each square is 5 rounds. And you can choose single square or multiple squares. I like multiple squares because I like the randomness of it. Save changes. So I always like to make sure that my palette is pretty much even, that it's pretty much balanced with all the colors. So I just keep checking. I mean, as balanced as you can get it. That's pretty good. I mean, whatever you want, it is a randomized blanket. So then you say generate pattern, And you always want to make sure that you turn on printer friendly. So when you generate this pattern, it'll open up and you can save it to your files. It might take like a couple seconds to like a minute. So once you generate your pattern and you save it to your files, this is what the final pattern will look like. Here's one that I've already generated, and you always want printer friendly because then it'll come out like this. You have your colors. Here's the arrangement. And then it shows each individual square that you can make. And the little ×1, ×2, that's how much you'll make of each square. Because even with this size, you will have some repeating squares, but it's so randomized you can't really tell. And then at the end, it tells you how to make a granny square. And even single crochet squares. I use Red Heart Super Saver yarn with a size H crochet hook, and that makes almost a twin size blanket. And I use 2 skeins of each color, not quite 2 skeins of each color, but pretty close. And then I also do a border, and that's how I make it, and it ends up being a pretty nice sized blanket. Like that. That's one that I've made. So, hopefully you like this tutorial. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.